everyone, in today's video I am making my own set of ears and bow. It's the first attempt for everything, right? My friend over at Second Chance Ears, remember long ago I did a custom wallet swap with the shop who did these custom ears? That's Second Chance Ears. So she's the one who made this pair. She kindly enough put together for me an ear kit just to make my life that much easier when making my own set. I think eventually she's debating about if she wants to sell this, if there's interest. So if any of you would be interested in something like this, write down in the comment. I do think it's a really nifty idea. But basically you would supply your own fabric since everyone's ear is different, and it would just come with a headband put together. Oh look, she included a cute Snow White building a snowman winter themed sticker. We love a good sticker. Second Chance Ears, so that's her little business card. Recycled for new happiness, and that's her Etsy shop. She also has Instagram. And let's see, ta-da! The sticker, we got the Cheshire Cat. It looks like she included, these are foam inserts for the actual ear part themselves. So we got 2 of those in this kit. Oh, so circle pattern. Okay, that's good that she included this. Okay, so hers is smaller than mine, so I'm gonna follow hers because hers is probably a lot better. Okay. And then an ear insert template too. So I got 2 templates. And I think if she did not include this, that's what I would need the ear insert for. She gave me a hook needle, and that's gonna make my life that much easier when it comes to sewing the ear onto the band. I'm gonna see how much of that I can actually do on camera, but that might be a part where I gotta put my face to the project. So we'll see how that goes. And she did include a really nice, I love the quality of the headband she makes. They are comfy, cozy, I love them, lightweight. And I did ask her to put red lining. I believe in the kits, hypothetically, if she does decide to sell them, she'll just stick to like basic, you know, black or white to make people's lives a little easier. You're too good to me, even labeled it. So this will give more structure to the bow. We'll get into that. I'm gonna have to message her. I'll message her really quick just to see what these interfaces are for. Oh, and that's for the bow, this thing, sorry, I'm terrible at describing today. This is for that thing. Okay, got it. And that was nice of her to include some thread. All right, let me put this off to the side and I'm gonna message her really quick. I'm so glad I messaged her because it turns out with interfacing, you're actually supposed to glue it on, or not glue it, you're supposed to iron it down onto the fabric. It is very soft on one side and you can actually feel this roughness, and those are little glue droplets. So I have my little stack here that I plan on ironing, not the template. And I'm gonna sandwich it between 2 parchment paper just for safety. I guess let's play along with this one. This will be the safest one. And I'm just gonna put it in the middle. Triple checking to make sure it's the rough side down. I do have my iron on the blend setting. I figured I would just play around with it. And yeah, look, it sticks to it. I will iron it a bit more since that one side is coming up. Maybe it wasn't hot enough, but I'll time lapse everything so you're not slowly watching me iron everything. I did move it up to in between blend and wool. Don't mind my beat up nails. Now it's a lot better. All right, so now everything has the interface cured onto it, heated onto it. We are good to go. And basically it just adds nice structure to your fabric. All right, back to on the desk. All right, now with everything having its interface for structure, basically what I'm thinking of doing is I want those lines as horizontal as possible when I'm wearing them. So let's see. So first thing you want to do is take your circle pattern template and put it right in the middle. And actually, just to make sure it's right where I want it, I'm gonna poke Mickey. So I'm folding the fabric around it just to see how it would look. Oh my goodness, it's gonna look so great. It's gonna look fabulous. Now I'm gonna trace around it. And I can see Mickey right in the middle. All right, I'm gonna do this to all the other ears. So the next step is using this insert because it's gonna tell us where it's gonna be. And I'm gonna try and make this as even as possible. She did also say from the middle of the headband to go an inch out, and that's where the arc will be. So that's, to me, the middle of the headband. Let me get my measuring tape. Looks like the middle to me. I'm gonna put the 3 over here. And I'm just gonna mark where the 2 is, and so it's an inch away from the 3. Bam, bam. And an inch away on this side, so where the 4 would be. Bam, bam. Have our places marked as such, and yeah, that looks like the middle to me. So that means this insert would sit here. Okay, because we want it like that. Just gonna look toward the sky for a sec. Honestly, yeah, that looks pretty exact to where I want it to be. So let me trace this. That's where I'm gonna start, and that's where I'm gonna stop sewing. Look at us learning, so you don't actually have to trace it, just as an FYI for people. Now I know where I'm gonna start and where I'm gonna stop, because that will go like that, and that will look splendiferous. The irony that I chose probably the hardest fabric to do with these lines to try and get them straight and not, you know, if you were to do the arc on the bottom, naturally it's where your mind wants to go, but then when the arc is on the ear, it tilts it. It tilts the design, so that's why I'm trying to do it this way and think of how it's gonna lay. So this should work exactly how that is. In order to make sure that they're lined up correctly, I'm gonna pin the middle of this to the middle of this. And then I'm gonna adjust it so that way they're both like this. Girl math, girl math. All right, now I'm gonna pin it. That should be okay. Because some of the fabric, like this fabric's obviously smaller than the other one, but it's in the middle, so that should be good. Worst case scenario too, if I sew it and then flip it and I don't like it, guess what? I can just restart, so that's not bad. Think less, work more. Hand sewn. So I'm gonna go broop, tie a knot and go broop the other way, so that way we're secured. Alright, so just so you guys get kind of an idea, I am, before I make the commitment of cutting it, kind of fold it right side out so you guys can kind of see what I'm saying. This isn't pushed out all the way, but this would get tucked in here because it's open. That would get tucked in there. So this is our flat side. You guys are probably like, woof, but I didn't push it out all the way. When you push it out all the way, it'll look better. Trust the process. So here is where the opening would be. So that would be the one side, right? And then flip it over, that would be the other side. And I feel like those lines are pretty straight. So I think I'm gonna commit with that. Is that in the center? No, I don't really care. So let's commit and let's just cut. See, low-key, I think that's perfect. You see how it's circular and circular? Ooh, heck yeah. Oh my goodness, look how close the red matches up. All right. So off camera, let me do this one real quick and then we'll jump back to this. All right, so this other side is done too. Our next step is taking the inserts and taco folding them and putting them in the actual ear itself. That's awesome. Okay, all right, so here's this one. Now let me go get some polyfill so we can give these ears a little more fluff. I got my little fluffy fill. I don't think I want them overly filled, so we're just gonna take this a little bit at a time and see. And you just wanna make sure it's evenly spread out, as well as whatever you do on one side, do the exact same thing on the other, so that way everything is balanced. So here's how my ears are looking now that they are stuffed and fluffed. This is about as stuffy as I want it. I think next I'm supposed to flip this inward like so, or actually it'd probably be better to do it the other way because this one's longer. Flip this inward like slow, and then flip this also inward, and we're gonna sew this closed. So let me see, I'll play around with this a little bit. So it'll end up looking something like that once I sew this closed. And do you guys remember how I would sew my scrunchies, like how I start from the inside out? I started it over here just because I had to make some adjustments, and I'm just gonna do the same thing. Just kind of go over and under, all across. And I'm gonna do it the same way, like back too. So it won't just be sewed one way, it'll be double stitched. And I think with this one, you don't want your stitch too tight because you want to be able to sew it so that way it's flushed against your headband. And I think if you were to sew it too tight, it would just sit on top of the headband instead of forming its shape to it, but that's just my guess. The basic gist of it, right? Now comes the fun part, which means I gotta sew this onto this, which is what I'm dreading. I want the ears sitting more toward the back of the headband because don't forget I'm gonna put a bow in the front. I literally think all I'm gonna do is put it through here and then put it through there and yada yada. A little bit of this. I should actually want the knot in the front because the bow will hide it. And I'm going to do this twice all around. Maybe something like that. Here is my pair of ears. Is it perfect? No, but again, this is my very first pair. We love it, we appreciate it, we embrace it. And now we move on to the bow. This part I need a hot glue gun. So technically we're supposed to fold this in half. And that interface is gonna give it structure. I think that will be good. I think I could actually iron this so that way that part's a little flatter too. But first things first, let's glue this stuff down. I did iron it so it looks a little better. Now I'm gonna do the same thing with this. Oh, look how nice that looks, yeah. My camera for whatever didn't record when I did the accordion. So I did the accordion and then I put glue, hence all this popping out, in between the spaces. And now what I'm doing is I just put glue here. This is the bottom of the bow. I'm gonna wrap this around. My goal is to pull tight enough because I want that peppermint patty in the middle. And then see where we go from there. Okay. So the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a dab of glue on the bow, and I might go through with a sewing thing just to kind of reinforce it. Here is the final reveal. The lines might look slanted, but wait, when it's on your head, I found out that it stretches it or whatever, so it moves the decoration up, if that makes sense. So when it's on my head, it is completely horizontal like that. But I don't think this came out too bad for my first pair of ears. I'm thoroughly happy. I definitely would say that the ear kit significantly helped me out a lot because I don't know if I could make this headband as nice as she did. So that helped, having the templates helped, having the folded foam helped. I mean, oh my goodness, I would buy this myself. Can I toot my own horn? Toot toot. I'm just kidding. But all right guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. If you want, feel free to like and subscribe, and until next time, bye friends.